let's talk about Shaka Toney and why I like him so much. Toney, amongst the pass rushers we've talked about, from Yetur Gross-Matos to Jason Owe, he is the best pure pass rusher in the group. He has the best use of his hands. He's got great blend of length and explosiveness at the position, and he just has gotten better. The part I love so much about Shaka Toney and watching him progress from his redshirt freshman year is not just that he's molded himself physically into a guy that can hold up at the defensive end position, but also his technical proficiency at the position. He uses his hands so well. He's able to use a long arm and then dip inside. He's able to speed rush. He has a good rip move. Like, he has a full bag of tricks when it comes to how he gets around tackles. And despite the fact that he's a little undersized, and we'll get to that in a minute, he still has that same sort of core strength that Micah Parsons possesses that makes him able to bend the edge back to the quarterback. Now, if he gets in that position, if he gets to the top of the pocket and he bends back, most tackles can't push him off the spot. That's the threshold of strength he needs to be effective in the NFL, and I do think he has that to be a situational pass rusher. He also has worked hard to be a good run defender at his size. But that's the obvious problem, is the at his size part. Now, again, he's got good length, long arms, good frame, but if you look at his weight on the depth chart over the last year, between when he was at Penn State and when he wasn't during the pandemic and everyone was sent home, he went from like 247 pounds to 232 pounds to 250 pounds to after the season, now he was 245 at the pro day. Like, clearly, he's a guy that is trying to keep the weight on, but his body just is not accepting being 250 to 255 pounds. So that becomes the question, is he strong enough? Is he big enough to play defensive end? And I think when we're talking about splitting hairs here, of at the light end of the position, he doesn't have the same strength he needs, that sort of punching above your weight sort of thing, to be able to be a full-time defensive end, which makes him one of two things. He's either a situational pass rusher, or he's a guy that might have to switch positions or play a hybrid role. He has shown in small spurts that he can be a good assignment player when dropping into zone blitzing and things like that, but when you watch him move in space, I don't think that that's his position. So I don't think he's going to be moving to off-ball linebacker and running around making plays in coverage and in space and then using that positional flexibility as a pass rusher. I don't think that that's his skill set. I don't think he's a natural transition sort of player when it comes to stopping the run and running in every direction. So likely that makes him a situational pass rusher who, for some teams, he might be able to play edge defender if he's able to, again, keep that weight on consistently and play with strength at under 250 pounds, which is where he's going to end up. Now, there are some highlights of him at the Senior Bowl being able to stay in single coverage. It's all unknown to me. That's really the thing, is like, there are things he can do, but it's all unknown. And because of that, the most comfortable position for Shaka Toney is a situational pass rusher, of which he will excel at. And that is a valuable thing that teams are looking for. So if a team really is out, they've struck out early in the draft, and they need to address the position, Shaka Toney might be a late fourth-round pick. But for me, I think that his abilities slot him well into the fifth round, where he's going to be a steal for some team that wants that juice off the edge.